I'm Stephen Cruse, Assistant State Conservationist for Programs with the Natural Resources Conservation Service in Louisiana. It is the premier wetland restoration program in the United States. It's a voluntary program. Participants come in and sign up, local offices and sign up, make application. Of course, you have to meet eligibility requirements as an individual, and the land has to meet them. And what we do is, in a nutshell, is you take what was originally wetlands that have been converted, degraded, significantly altered, and if you're selected, we restore them back to the native community and hydrologic features. Kind of a background, what we started with was all cropland, minus the ditch banks and a few isolated breaks that existed on it. It was all cropland. It was under a ring levee system, had a pump-off capabilities. The honey break portion of it, as I remember, it was the lowest portion of the farm. It went underwater first. Those owners at that time came in and made application. We ranked it, scored it, it was selected. It's the largest single acres of WRP easement that we have in the state of Louisiana. And it was a massive undertaking. And what we've done on it is move towards restoration to its natural native plant community, which is wet areas, wetland moist soil units, and bottomland hardwoods. Where we started with on this was going to, because it was so large and it was a little different for us, is we were geared towards going to a passive system. And what we did on the lower end of this project was we put breaches in the ring levee to let the natural flooding regime come in and flow out. And doing that, it was very intricate because we had to make sure at the same time that whatever we did on here did not have any adverse impacts off-site or any impacts off-site. So this was a real interesting project in the beginning, and I think we were very successful with it. The benefits for the landowners, they do get to retain ownership of their land. They do get to own a wetland that is restored, with the realization that they came to us that that was its higher and best intended use, and that's good. So they're getting a wetland, and we're restoring it for them. The benefits for the wildlife is any habitat you build back is better than no habitat. And as you build on one easement to the other, sooner or later you put together a whole complex or corridors of it. So you're benefiting the wildlife just by putting habitat back on the ground. We're building something here that'll be here for a long time. 30-year and perpetual permanent easements are all filed. It's a warranty easement deed filed with them. And under it, it has certain restrictions. Only 5 of them are retained by the landowner, one of which is the quiet enjoyment of the property, which includes hunting or fishing. And they also can obtain the economic benefits from that. However, the quiet enjoyment and the undeveloped uses cannot impede upon the warranty easement deed. Any management of the area has to be in accordance with the Wetland Reserve Plan of Operation and the restoration factors, or an authorized activity under a compatible use authorization that further enhances the purpose of the Wetland Reserve Program. You can go hunt, you can build blinds, you can have deer stands. They have to be what are normal and customary and rustic for the area. You can't develop a motorcycle track or a skeet shooting track. You cannot put it under a game fence or have a game fence that impedes the movement of wildlife, because that helps defeat the purpose of the Wetland Reserve Program. Payment for the easement or the restoration is going to be in a ratio to how many acres you have. The payment is the same. The geographic area rate cap is balanced on the same type of land, so the per acre payment is the same. Benefits to you as landowner, well, it's all relative to size. You know, if you've got a small easement, that's what you have. The larger it is, then you can expand to something like they have here, and you have a larger market. You can still lease a smaller one. It'll just be, instead of here where they run 18 hunters a day or what it is, you may lease your property to one, but for the entire season. It's like I said earlier, it's a voluntary program. You come up and sign it. You have to meet the eligibility requirements for the land and for the person, and then we rank it. Selection is based upon a competitive ranking, and it's size neutral. So you may have 20 acres or you may have 2,000. Whoever receives the highest score of points is chosen for enrollment first. As I tell them, come by the local field office, sit down and have a discussion with the district conservationists, ask questions. If it still doesn't have enough questions, then they can call me. They need to understand what they're getting into with the Wetland Reserve Program and accept that on the front side, and then make an application and let the process carry its course.